You're never going to make one perfect person. What you need to do is break away from each other, build yourself. And that's what happens with me. So with my trauma, I told my son I'll come off a bike. The reason why I've done this, I don't want into, there's two ways it's going to go. My dad's a gangster, or I'm going to find the people that done that to my dad. I don't need that. What I need you to do is live your life.
What do you do when he eventually finds out? Because he will.
Yeah, I'll sit down and talk to him.
Because if he's a smart kid, he follows Jibber With Jaber podcast.
Yeah. It's the only podcast.
And he's going to watch an episode. Yeah. Guys, welcome to another episode of Jibber With Jaber. Today, I have an amazing and truly inspiring guest with me. A beacon of light is what we need in this day and age. Darren, aka Awol Motivation, in the house. How are you? You're here in the building, man.
AJ, it's a pleasure.
Finally.
Listen, walking around from the even from the text message, or when having the WhatsApp voice notes, the one you gave me today, I was like to my missus, oh my gosh, he gave me so much energy. She's like, yeah. I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, AJ, I'm ready for this now. The whole of W Hotel must have thought, this kid's nuts. You know, I'm ready. Hey, listen, just the energy alone. Yeah, Spartans, you know, like Spartan Free Fire. Yeah, listen, I'm ready. But yeah, I'm overwhelmed. You know what I mean? I've taken a lot in, and even I have to say this now, not to big you up, but it's the truth. Your crew, the way you are, even the go-kart buggy. Hey, listen, that shit is proper, man. Hey, listen, you know, like
I'm not stealing it and running away.
Yeah, I've done a podcast before, and it's like a shed. I'm like, I'm getting kidnapped or something.
In the greenhouse, right? They got weed growing in the background.
Yeah, you just smell it, and you got half a deck sitting there. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. We just get the GoPros out, and like, GoPro? No, but this is amazing experience, from the makeup, the setup, to seeing all the Marvel characters and everyone. I feel like you need one of me on there.
We'll get one.
I need an Awol Marvel.
We'll get an Awol Marvel.
Yeah, listen, Marvel, if you're watching this, they need an Awol.
We can make it happen, bro. You know, these cameras that we're using here is what they film Marvel with.
Yes.
But yeah, shout out to Vuzul for creating the home that is unparalleled, I feel like, around here.
Listen, the energy in it is so much.
But again, I appreciate you coming down, and humbled by you coming down, because your story is epic, bro. You got like an epic story. And I remember when I first saw a video of you training in Tam's gym.
Yeah.
Like immediately I was just like, I need to get Darren on the show, bro. I was like, you reached me in a way that I was just, you know, one of those days where you're just feeling like, I can't be asked to train. It was one of those days where I was just like, I'm not going to the gym today. And then it's kind of like God put that video in my face, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to the gym today. There's no excuses whatsoever. Yeah,
that's the message I aim to carry. I feel like going through what I've been through, as you'll see through the podcast, my message is just to give people that extra light to carry on. I think we all have times where we plateau or have a flat spot, and then we look for something, because obviously motivation goes, and what's going to pull us through as a man or a woman or anyone around us, or a child, it's the self-discipline you set up in place. And not all the time you're going to be motivated to do it. It gets boring, it gets tedious, it gets like, oh, I'm not getting the results,
repetitive.
And do you know what I mean? We've all been there. I've been all different weights, I've been through it all, as I talk through the show. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me, it's just to bring light to people that need it, you know? And I feel that, like what you said, when the message hit you at that time, it was that your time to see it. Do you know what I mean? And it's amazing. I remember messaging you saying, I'm coming back, and you messaged me straight back. I was like, yes. But I was like, I had to message, bro, I'll be there. I had to play it down a little.
No, I was the same, bro. When I heard you come back, because when I first tried to get you on, you were just leaving. I think you were just getting on the plane.
Listen, if I had known, I would have stayed and done it. I would have just stayed and done it.
Bro, everything happens for a reason, in a specific time, and it happens for where it is. Now, you've spoken, I've seen, obviously, I know your story, and I've heard a lot about it. But what I haven't heard of is what got you to that story, and the Darren before that story. So that's what I want to go into. Sorry, bro, but
no, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
I want to know, who was Darren before the incident, and we'll call it the incident for now.
So Darren before was a guy that went to the post office, 24-hour contract, £11.90 an hour. Used to do scrap metal, like able-bodied then, more than I am now. And my mindset was always powerful. I always bought, so I remember being like a young person, and all my friends drove like flashy cars, like for instance in UK, like Fiat Bravos and Unos and Puntos, and I always wanted to aspire to drive like them. But I'll be honest, like my dad and my mum have always been in a good position, but not in the sense of always with money. Like my clothed, fed, the minimum, but it's the maximum for someone where I'm from, Croydon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think with that happening, I had some friends around the area that's from Norbury, and they had like cars already, like going on like from mopeds to cars. And I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember the
I had a
moped?
Gilera runner, bro.
Do you remember the Gilera 125?
I had the Gilera runner. That was my first. Yeah,
and I used
people
to
used to key barrel them and stuff.
Yeah, do you remember? I did a screwdriver and I started.
Yeah.
And like I remember just like wanting to be the person that like was the cool guy and stuff like that, and it never happened. Like, and I always used to say that I'm always going to be cooler. Not that I'm not in a race with no one, but my older age I would, because what I was doing is I didn't know is my development was watching people and thinking how not to do that at that stage, how to proceed and carry on. So I remember like my school days were. My mum and dad, like, they're still alive. God bless them. I'm so happy. My brother as well. But that's being a role model. I had a lot of role models like my uncle and people around me. So for me, I think seeing other people with these mopeds and cars, because it starts off with trainers, as you know, LA Gears.
I had the LA Gears.
Lights. Do you remember?
Lights, yeah. The Reebok pumps.
Yeah,
with
the urine.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing's, the purple and yellow ones.
Yeah, and I remember being bad. Like, I mean, not bad. My dad's very strict. He's Nigerian. My mum's white. He didn't stand for no shit. I remember one time I was just like, look, went to school, thought I was the bad guy. I was wearing Patrick Ewing, as you do at that age. My dad managed to get it for me. And wrestlers, do you remember the wrestlers? They weren't little wrestlers. They were big model wrestlers. And I was lucky enough to have that. And I remember saying, I went into year 7. I said to the teacher, you're taking liberties, and everyone laughed. And everyone laughed. I thought I was the guy. Yeah. Little did I know, my dad's come down to school, red eyes, pissed off to the max. With my uncle, my uncle Shay at that time. 24 hours later, I'm in Nigeria.
You did the original. You think you're bad?
Yeah, all of that.
One-way flight to Lagos, my friend.
Hey, listen, one way, and I like it's the best experience. Like it shaped my reality and realized who I. And at that stage, I didn't know who I was because a lot of emotions at year 7. You're going from year 6. I don't want no one to ever think that going from year 6 to year 7 is easy, because it's a massive jump. You're meeting giants that are like they're half picking on you, like year 7s can do that, we'll take their lunch money and
obviously it's year 7s, isn't it? You're like the newbies, you got to prove yourself.
There you go. So me trying to prove myself, and I was in a situation where my dad's so strict. He's like, look, you go to school and get a black eye, you're gonna get another black eye. So I'm like, right, this is a double whammy shit. So I got into a fight at school, knocked out the kid, and I still got a black eye. So what's the point? Like, it's the only difference. I got 1 instead of 2. But no, I thank him and my parents for doing so good. But like, back to the situation with who's Darren. So I always aspired to want it to have that the Fiat Punto and brother. So I didn't have the money to do it. So what I realized, I worked for this shitty company called Zenith Windows. Had me on like a
Zenith. Well, I swear I did door-to-door sales.
That's what it is. Where you had that leaflet. Hi, would you like to do the new PVC?
I swear I did.
Listen,
like door-to-door.
And you got to get the leads.
Right.
So in a little 5 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get the leads. And like, listen, I didn't get shit for a month. My mum was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're better than this." I was like, no, but I just want to get a moped. And my dad was like, you get a moped, I'll break it. I said, all right, cool. Illegally got a moped, hid it in my granddad's garage because they lived 30 doors from me. My experience was, I had a good childhood, man. Like I had like my cousin Tasha around me. I had like so much family. Like it was all basically family, like days out to the beach. My dad had a Jaguar Coupe S-Reg. So them cars are worth like 130 grand now. Wished he kept it. So back to the cars and the mopeds, I wanted to be like them. So then I found a way of getting stuff like that. So I started buying and selling cars. So I bought like a Vauxhall Nova for like £500. I used to say for sale, £500 O&O or near offer. You just go up to them, ring them up, and the guys took $230 for it. So just got the car, sold it, couldn't even drive it. Took his thing off the window, put in the ad, the loot. Do you remember loot? LOOT. Put an ad in there, it went for like £700. I was like, all right, cool. So now I'm buying and selling cars. So then I built up enough to buy cars to buy and sell. And my dad bought me his Fiat Punto at a young age. So I must have been there. I probably passed when I was 17, 18. He bought me the car. Me, I wrote it off straight away. I had TSW wheels on one and Venoms on the other side. This car was crazy how I was. And from there, got the Polo and Reg. And I always wanted to be more because my friends, but they was giving it to them. Like they was always given like, if their car went wrong, they get a Renault Megane. So they're always getting upgraded. So I thought, how can I do, like I'd be like them, it's my circle of friends. So I thought buying and selling. And then that was it. Like I would buy and sell anything, like anything going. I remember the Basher phones. I bought 100 chips off this traveller guy. Met him random. Yeah, he said I got SIM cards for sale. They last for 6 months. Buy them for £50 for 120.
So your traveller was a good traveller.
Yeah,
because I had an experience with a traveller, bro.
I've been done, you know.
I've been done bad, bro.
2 Evian bottles for a laptop,
bro. I remember one time. So these travellers come up to me in the car and they're like, "Hey, Mister." And I was like, yeah. They're like,
I love it. Hey, mister.
You want to buy a phone? And I was like, what phone? And then they were like, yeah, we got these Nokias. And remember the Nokia?
The banana.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So they had the banana and the little silver one that flips down, the mini one.
Yeah. I call it like the Matrix phone.
Yeah, the Matrix phone. They were like, all right, you want to buy them? I was like, all right, let me just go back to my house and get some money. And then I was like, they were like, we'll drop you. And I was like, nah, because this is a one-way road. And then they said to me, and this is when I should have known, bro. They said to me, this car drives down one-way roads, yeah. And when they said that, I should have known that something was wrong.
That's a trigger.
Went upstairs, came back down. I literally saw him put the 2 phones in the bag and give me the bag, bro. I gave him the £80.
Yeah.
I went upstairs and I was all like cocky and stuff. And I said to my missus, I was like, yeah, I got something for you. Like, you better be good, blah, 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 blah. She's like, what? And I opened it up and there was 2 Kit Kat Chunkies in there, bro.
How did they do it so
How
quick?
did they do that, bro?
Oh.
It was right in my face, bro.
Yeah.
2 Kit Kat Chunkies that I bought for like £90, bro. And I put them in the fridge. And I remember the next day my friend came in the house. I came in the house. My friend was there and he was eating a Kit Kat Chunky. I was like, no.
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch
I was like, that's a £45 chunky, bro. Don't eat my chunky, bro. Yeah, they're dodged, bro.
I don't know how they get away. They done it so
bro,
quick.
they do magic, bro.
Yeah,
they do magic.
It is. And it's like, it's traveller magic. It's
And
not
I
even
think they
black
practice
magic.
so much, bro.
Yeah, they must do, because even with the laptop, they're like, yeah, you know, I'm into buying stuff. He's approached me, hit me up, like, I got laptop in the bag, showed me the laptop, pulled it out, turned it on, ding, the Windows, whatever,
Came up,
Microsoft come out. I was like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. Pulled out the 230, thought, yeah, cool. Sold it for 700, what, £600-700. Done the exchange, got home, pulled the laptop back to everyone, bought it was a water. I was like, you fucking asshole.
Oh. But part of me, when that happened, I was like, good. Shouldn't be buying stolen shit.
Yeah,
Bro.
basically.
That's what happens to you,
that's
bro.
the karma, like you shouldn't be buying
So
it.
where did we go from that?
So from that, working in the post office, doing really good in sales. I always knew I was good in sales. So the post office credit card come out and ended up getting the top lead board. And I was going on to being a manager in West Wickham post office, and then buying and selling cars on the side. So I had multiple incomes. So I had buying and selling cars, which I was nicking between £500-1,500 drinks off the cars that I was selling. Because I was a very popular male, do you know what I mean? A person. For good reasons. I just knew that you might not talk to them, but I talk to them. So I could buy your car, sell that to them, take the tints off. You will never know it's that car, because that's how it is in the days. Do you know what I mean? Mopeds, cars, you name it, mobile phones, computer fare. My dad done a lot of computer fares when he first come out, and started realizing he was getting the computer stuff for trade, like hard drives for £80 and selling them for like $230. So I used to say to people, you need a hard drive, I can get a hard drive, buy hard drives, making like £140, £50 drink, 60. So I always knew that I could always upsell with my thing. Use that same energy in the post office from, hi, my name's Darren, how are you doing? Oh, I see you paying your bill. Oh, you know, you can go over to 0% finance on our credit card. And then and from there boomed, do you know what I mean? And then used my scrap metal. So I realized they was building the Olympics at the time. So with the scrap metal game, my friend introduced me to it, and I was like, so hold on, you pick up rubbish, washing machines, this, that, the other,
You get paid
from
for
outside,
it,
you get paid for it. And it's like, yeah, run it in for £230 a ton. I was like, and then it went up to £330 a ton. I'll be real with you. After that was it. I was locked in. So I used that as my gym stuff. I was probably, so at that stage, I'll be real, I was a fat guy, eating a lot of rubbish, not really trained in food. My dad always said to stop eating shit. Didn't really show me what shit was. But obviously chicken and chips got the better of me. Every shop knew me. At that stage, I was like, oh yeah, it's chicken and chips. For £2. And when you do the math, for £2.95, how are you going to get 2 pieces of chicken, chips and a drink? It's not. It's punched with steroids and hormones and shit. So with that, with the post office, the scrap metal, and the buying and selling cars, my income was crazy because I could buy and sell you water to a well. It's not a problem. Like I can buy. I'm that guy, and that was it. So life has always been good. Do you know what I mean? And I haven't had any stress that was self-inflicted. I brought the stress on. Always been a good character, funny. I got a lot of banter. Do you know what I mean? I like being that guy. I've always have, because I just think like life's always
Life's hard enough, bro.
It is.
If you can forget about life for the 10 minutes that you're with me, then I've done my job.
Yeah, that's and that's the message I have for everyone. I think that as we progress in life, as in my older years, as I'm only 21 now.
Me too.
21 to 30. So I can't engage in conversations that. So when when you've probably been through it as a position you are, and they come up to you and like, yeah, AJ, I'm going through this, and you give them all the info that would get them out of it, and then 4 weeks later they message you, I'm going through that. Like, I can't talk to you. I'm so
We've
sorry.
already been through this.
I've gave you what you asked for. And we're going back and forth.
In London, we got a phrase for that, and it's called an ask hole.
Oh yes, thank. That's I use it every time. Even in my DMs, I'm on a message. You ask goal. Why are you asking me? And then doing the opposite. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think that sometimes.
But some people, they just can't be. They can't be changed. You can't change anything about them. But it's okay. So how did this guy get into the situation?
With the shooting.
So that's what I want to know. Because
so getting the shooting, obviously, I'll be real with you. I'm a young guy from South London, on and off the roads. Do you know what I mean? Had no reputation, no trouble with nothing, but I was just that guy. So I bought and sold a car in the morning. I sold the car in the morning on Gumtree for 8 or 9k cash. 12 o'clock. By the evening, I think they thought that I'm gonna have the cash from me. Like, I'm not gonna have the cash from me, and I got a Louis bag. You know that I got the same bag. It's jarring. I had the Louis bag wrapped. So I'm going Aura.
Okay, I know.
Or Alto or one of them that night. Never go out. Went out. Wanted to go out. So I've gone down to this is the story. 8:20 in the evening. So I've gone to my mum's, and dad's can't get into the club. I'm saying, I'm me. I need to get in with trainers. I'm not on wearing shoes. And that's when they're strict. So I went and picked up one of my pair of my dad's shoes. Fuck knows what they were, bro. But I picked them up, went and got them, drove down to my van. I thought in the morning, to make my life a bit easier, because I've already passed my mum's. My 2 vans are parked outside my friends. I've got a VW Caddy van and a massive Renault Traffic, So I thought, to make my life easier, I'm going to take my non-ferrous, which is scrap metal, so it's my copper, my wire and everything. I'm going to place it in. It just so happens that I've gone back to where the van is. So I've gone and placed the metal from one van to another van. It's only like a little box, but the box is going to be me about £500 because it's all my clean metal. Turn around as I'm in the back of so the vans are facing back to back. I'm moving the box of metal over. As I put it on there, a person approaches me with a mask. Give me the money. And I'm like, what money? Even in I'm said to him, what money are you talking about? But it's pissing me off because I'm like, male pride, innit? It kicks in. Like, I'm me. What do you mean give you money? I'm like, so I turned around and said, listen, do yourself a favor, fuck off. Cool. After that, it just went left. So whoever it was, I can't tell you if it is a black, white, Indian. There's no description of the male. All I can tell you is the height.
So to this day, you still don't know who it was?
No, till this day. So he's pulled out the gun. So the gun's in my face. He's shot straight away, instant. I've gone like, what are you doing? Grabbed him by his throat, falling on the floor. The curb's that big. Had a fight with him. Like, I didn't get the better of him because obviously I've tripped over the big curb. I'm in shoes, slippery shoes. You know how slippery they are because I've got the shoes on. I've only gone there to change the metal over. It's such if I didn't go there to change the metal from the vans, but I'm a man that likes, see like even in the morning, when I get up in the morning, it's like, I have my routine is get up, my feet touch the ground and say, thank you, God. I pray, then I drink water, 1.5 litres. That's my routine. So even putting the metal in was just part of, like, I need to be ready for the next day. I feel that if you're never ready for the next day, you're going to be going around in circles with the day that's left behind. So then got up off the floor. It hasn't registered as a gun because...
That's what I was going to say, because when you first... Did you hear the bang or were you just like confused?
No, I didn't even hear it. Like, I think it went over my head because I was in so much disgust to think, you fucking me. Like, do you know what I mean? As a male, like, I'm a young man. I'm 28 then. So I'm me. I'm ready. You're young, innit? Your testosterone's big, whatever. At that time, I got a son. My son's 2.5 years of his age. So I'm like, the disrespect, like, all things go through your head. So after I've tussled from the floor, I don't know if I registered it was a gun. Walked down. So he's like, you better walk with me. Stuck the gun in my side. I say, fuck this, let me unzip this, give him the bag. There's about £340 in the bag, across, and my keys and like a mobile phone. Gave him that, he took it. He's like, where's the money? He's ripping this bag off my neck. So the bag's giving me like like bruises and cuts. So I thought, when I get down to, let's just say in the studio, where can I go? Just say like another quarter of the studio here, I'm gonna hang on to this lamppost. In my head, I know what I'm doing. So I hanged onto the lamppost, bear hugged it, and I help. By that time, 2 other cars that's parked around the back of this one-way bit, these guys have come running out towards me. And I remember one thing my dad said to me: whenever you get into trouble, always get one guy. So that whether the police get him or your friends get him, knock out someone. So they come running towards me, and I've just gone bang, knocked out one. Thought, that's my guy. Fuck it. I've marked him. That's it. I'll find out who it is. There's a tussle going on. I've ended up, like I said, giving him the bag. Cut a long story short, he's shot again. It's missed. So now I know it's happening quick, but I'm telling you, it's slow.
Adrenaline's,
But you're in my head. You're not even shooting straight. And I'm saying to you, look, at that stage, the words are probably a bit different. I'm saying, bro, wherever you come for, you got. Leave it in it. Like, oh, you got the Louis bag with the money in. The bag's worth more. I don't know who you are because there's a mark. Shut your mouth. And I'm like, but it's winding me up in it. Like I'm as anyone. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like I'm telling the boy, it's not happening. Man, I ain't getting kidnapped anyway. Hold on to the lamppost. He's shot. Hit the fence. Nearly hit whoever they accomplice, whoever they're with. Then there's another. So that now, with me screaming help, there's a girl I've seen at the top of the flats running down saying, screaming, and there's a guy come running towards me from his house, and I was like, yes, this is it, I'm saved. This is it. So at this time, I'm not harmed. And then everyone's got up, drove the cars, they jumped in the cars, they could hear the doors opening. I'm like, thank fuck for that. And then I walk off, and I said, I'm gonna fucking find out who did this, mate, and that's it. As I walk off, the guy runs up to my back. So here's my back, and he's put the thing in, bang, let it off.
The guy who came out from the building?
No, the guy, the other guy, that was actually doing the shooting. It should have come, fit in hindsight, it should have got passed through my chest and come out here. It didn't. It went and ricocheted and hit the bottom of my spine. So I have the bullet lodged in my spine now.
You still have the bullet in there now?
I've got L1T12. So my lumbar thoracic that's where it damaged. So did I know what a spinal cord was? No. Did I know how much your spine was important to your life? No, I didn't, because then I'm laying on the floor after a short walk and everyone's gone, and I fall over. It's jelly from my toe to my waist, not to my chest here is just jelly. I mean, now adrenaline's over. I'm in the back of the NHS ambulance, which I need to say this at this point. Massive thank you to NHS. Massive thank you to the police. I remember I used to go around saying the police are dickheads and NHS ain't shit. Look, the NHS is the reason why I'm sitting here today. Physios in Stoke Mandeville and Croydon Hospital, they got me here. Do you know what I mean? It took a lot. It took a lot. I've been, like I'm going to tell you, I've been through suicide. I tried to commit it. I've been through it. And the reason why I say I come out on the other end is because it just wasn't my time at any given time. Even when I tried to commit the suicide, you got to understand, going through such a rough situation, that any male or female, that when you get shot, I lost my bladder, bowels, my functions, everything. For me, that was it, mate. Like,
so did you know? I mean, like, let's go back to the hospital. So when you woke up in the hospital, did you know what was going on? Did you know what?
You're morphine. I'm off my face on morphine. And I'll be real with you. I think one of my greatest memories I was so embarrassed that my mum and dad are gonna have to come to the hospital and realize their son's been shot, because my dad's always been like, your children never die before your parents, and he's strict on that.
To bury a child.
Yeah. And I just thought, fuck, even though this is not my fault, I have to take ownership. And how am I gonna sit and look at my mum and dad and realize I'm putting them through this fucking torture, man? Like, I'm laying in a hospital bed, like paralyzed. And at that time, I'll be honest, I was saying to the doctors, what do you mean I'm paralyzed? There's one point in my story that I sent you that I've said, Mum, what's that down there? She's like, it's a catheter. I said, what's that, dude? I couldn't feel down there at that stage, and I pulled it up, and she's like, that's where you're urinating. I said, ain't that for old people? Like, and I was just devastated, man. I was broken. And what didn't help me is the morphine and the tramadol and the diclofenac and the Oramel, all these drugs flying through my system, plus my emotions. I couldn't handle it, man.
So, like, was there a moment where you had a kind of like a realization of what the situation was? Was it a slow kind of understanding that, oh, okay, I'm going to be paralyzed? Were you kind of like, nah, I'm not paralyzed, let me sit like, it'll get better, give it a couple of hours?
Listen, I think because of my upbringing, I never knew how to emotionally cry. Because my dad was like, look, You get knocked up, you get knocked down, you get back up. All of the sayings, you know, as we would say as a father, like, brush it off. Come on, man up. And then I've sort of saying that to my son, because any male or female, it doesn't, you can cry.
Yeah.
We cry with laughter, you're gonna cry with emotion. So be in the emotion, enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes a cry is gonna help someone out.
It's very important. Emotion is very important, bro. And I think that's a big problem that has been taught to men.
Yeah.
Especially that you shouldn't
Cry.
have feelings. You shouldn't cry. You should just get
Why?
over it. You should, do you know what I mean? And it's like, no, there's no difference, bro.
There's no difference.
Yeah,
I think
you need that.
Cry, man, because I'll be real with you. If I could have cried at any of them stages, I probably would have been better. I probably wouldn't have tried to commit suicide. But going through it, the tough love, did it help me? Yeah, it helped me. Is it going to help someone else? No, because not tough love always can knock you into other directions of traumatic circles. And I think for me, at that point, I'll be real with you, I had a mental block. So you got to remember, I've got the notes, and it's like 8 people told me, you're never going to walk again. You're not going to use your bladder, bowels, sexual function. For me as a man, I'll be real with anyone watching this, that fucking hurt, man. Because imagine having to be self-catheterized and having a colostomy bag. And that's the way that life looked for me at that stage, because they said, look, they put up on a big board, this is your spine, this is where the bullet's lodged, that's it. So after all that's coming out, I don't have time to think who done this to me. I haven't got that time right now. What I need to do is decide who did this to me and where I'm at now. And that was so challenging for me as a lot of anger. I'll be real, I was angry. I'll be real, I done some very silly stuff. Like, I remember pressing my call bell because I dropped something on the floor. The woman didn't come for so long, and I just took it out on her, threw the urine bottle on the floor, and it was embarrassing. I was going through a lot emotionally, but they said they've seen it so many times, don't apologize, but no one deserves to be treated. So I went back, and now the physios and the doctors, they're my friends. They're my WhatsApp groups. I'm in contact with them all the time. I do a lot of talks with them. I don't know, like, do you know what really killed me and it made me at the same time is when a 5-foot Thai lady and a young Nigerian lady is hoisting me in a hoist from the bed to the wheelchair. And I'll be real, I've got to be real with you, because if anyone wants to carry these knives or guns, it's a load of shit, man, because the trauma don't stop with just me. It's my family. My mum still texting me at 5 a.m. in the morning. My missus will tell you up there, she's in the studio, I still tap stuff and have anxiety. I need an attachment to come back. Sometimes my anxiety is wild. Like it's just weird. I got to sit in restaurants, hyper vigilant. I can hear conversation, have nothing to do with me. And I got to know a number plate. Why? 10 years on. Because someone's stupidity put me through this.
PTSD, bro, at the end of the day.
And that's it. And that's it. And going through that. But I'll be honest, there was 2 major turning points. So I'm going down to have a intermittent catheter, so it's forever. So
wow.
6 o'clock, so 6 o'clock in the morning it is, and I'm on a night shift with a lady in the waiting room to go down for the morning, so it's probably about 1 o'clock, and I'm like, wow, like, God, I remember praying to God, please, I don't want to get this done, please, God. And next 6 weeks later, there's a colostomy bag that's got to go in, because you can't, my bowels are not opening how they're meant to open. And I just remember, please God. I remember sitting there looking at the tiles. I can still picture it now as I say it to you. And I said, nurse, I can go wee. I can feel it. I remember feeling my bladder just being full. And I was like, and she's like,
she was like, how? You're not supposed to feel anything,
thank
right?
you. She's like, Darren, you're hallucinating. I was like,
what do they call that?
Something
syndrome.
There's something, because
something limb syndrome.
Yeah, because when you get because someone that you lose their arm,
they still feel the feeling for it. They feel like they have the fingers. The
urge to do it. Yes. And my one was hallucination. So because I had a urine infection, I was prone to them. I still get them now, not as bad.
Phantom limb syndrome.
Yes, that's it. Phantom limb syndrome. Yeah. So where I was on the illusion of the urine infection, they was just like, look, it feels like you can feel it. I was like, if you don't come and take this out now, I'm gonna pull it out. She's like, okay, well, you do what you got to do, because you know you can't feel it. It's 6 months into your injury, no, 4.5 months in, and you haven't used your bladder or bowels on a commode or nothing. I said, all right, cool. You're not gonna come? Me being me again, should have just waited, but no. Pulled out this catheter. I didn't realize the time. It was like that much that goes through you. And pulled out the catheter, urine everywhere, blood everywhere. She gave me a hat, like the
the
sick
little,
bowl, weed in it, and stopped. And that's when I thought, you know what? I just looked
You
up and I
stopped
thanked
yourself.
God. Yeah,
As in you stopped.
Stopped.
Contracted the
weed,
okay,
stopped, and I thought, I've had a mental block. Fuck. So because the professionals were telling me, no bladder, no bowels, no sexual function, no nothing ever again, I believed it. This is the power of your own mind.
They stopped you from self-healing.
If you, so it's like me. It's like you saying, "Hey D, when you get up from that chair, you're gonna be able to walk." You know, I'm gonna half believe you because I'm already on crutches. I've already got the injury. It's your choice not to believe them. I'm not gonna say it happens for everyone, but a lot of the stuff is your mental.
Yeah,
here,
words are powerful, bro. Because look, put it this way: say for example, your missus, if she done herself up, she's looking beautiful, you're ready to go out and everything. And you know that, but you said to her, "Are you gonna get ready? Like you're not gonna go out like that, right?"
Yeah.
Even though she knows,
she's
ready.
Second think.
She's gonna be like, "Oh wait, what does he mean?"
Yeah.
And even vice versa, on an off day when she feels like shit and she's not looking her best or whatever, and you look at her and you're looking beautiful today.
Yeah.
It's automatically gonna change everything inside the way she feels. You know what I mean? And people don't understand how powerful words could be.
Power.
And the power behind them, bro.
Power. That's why I say anyone watching this, you've got younger kids or someone that's going through something, just elevate them. Just a simple like, you're doing well, you know, I'm proud of you. Just them few little words will change someone's whole
and
day.
Teach them affirmations, all that stuff. Even with my kids, they have a mantra. I mean, they have their affirmations, but they say every day, they say kindness is power and I am powerful. So to show them the importance of kindness. I want to talk about one thing, but before we do, it's time for a part of our show where they're called Name the Fish. So you get to name a fish in our fish tank. Two of them have been taken, Albie and Yebra, from previous guests. So that's Yebra, the yellow zebra. Albie is the albino one, which is the white one.
Okay, the white one.
Yeah.
So see this yellow one?
No, that's your fish, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna name this one. No, I don't want to do a cliche thing like Nemo. That's crap.
No, you can't do that.
I want to name it Awol.
Awol, there you go. Awol. We got. I'm gonna do like one of those movie things where they swim and it pauses on their face and the name comes
Awol,
up after that.
I love that.
There you go. You got to
name. Oh no,
fish.
give me that one. Give me that one.
Which one?
This one here.
Albie.
Yeah, is that Albie with the?
No, that one. Okay, that's Awol. That's
Awol. Awol. Yeah, that's Awol. So it looks Awol. Look at him.
DK, we're gonna run out of fish soon, bro. We need to get some more fish. So when you're saying that, because for me, you have to understand. You know, you need to live it to understand it.
Yeah, you have to.
So for me to try and understand what you were going through when someone told you, you're never gonna walk again.
Yeah.
And when you also don't feel anything from there.
Male pride broken.
Yeah, what
spirit broken, soul broken. You're just broken, man. And I think it's just, you have to keep going, man. Like,
and how did it affect your families or your parents? Because I can't imagine, because being a father like yourself, we can't imagine that stuff on kids. So the pain on them. Yeah. Okay, this is a weird thing to say, and obviously not to say that it's worse than what you're going through. Yeah. But me, how much I love my kids.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to see them go through.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't even imagine, even if they bruise their elbow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for them to see you like that.
So for my parents, they understood, because I went through some dark days. I remember, I always say this is a lot of my speaking. My Uncle Joe saved me because he said to me, "Get your hand." And he's like, "Get your hand, Darren." So basically, cut a long story short, I went to Stoke Mandeville. And I was pestering them to go in the side room, which is the worst thing I've done. Pester them to go in the side room. So side room, you shut your door, you got your own privacy. Fuck, man, that's the worst thing. I had some bad dips in that room, man, because I'm on tramadol, you're hallucinating, you're high off your mind, Oramel to go to bed at night, because the nerve pain is chronic. Like if there's a 20 out of 10.
But you're still feeling the pain even though you're paralyzed.
Yeah, so imagine this. So this leg, look, I can flex this leg, it's normal.
Yeah.
Muscle, look, nothing here. So from this, just part of this down, nothing here. Look, I'll show you, if I quickly show you.
Yeah.
Let me push this out for 1 sec.
That's all right.
I'll show you that. Oh, look, I wear AFOs, so these are foot ups to keep my foot up, and I'm on crutches, and I use a wheelchair.
Bro, they're called shin pads. You can't fool me, bro.
Yeah.
I know what slide on shin pads are, bro. I played football, bro.
Yeah, about to go and beat Manchester.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
you could still feel it. And I'm talking about
internally.
Internally.
So it's crazy. So imagine someone's getting your body with a big blowtorch or just setting on fire. It's called hypersensitivity. So I have it now still. So it feel like I'm on fire.
So this
throughout the day.
was happening when it initially happened,
So-
when you said you're paralyzed. Because when you think paralyzed, you think
Yeah.
like the movies, the people are sticking a knife in someone's leg and they're not feeling anything.
No. So you can stick a knife in my leg. I'm not going to feel it. But internal pain is weird. So look at this. That's not hurting. That will never hurt. But inside, arthritis and the nerves. So my nerves are always, so imagine an electric cable and someone's going, that's what it's like inside. And it's 24/7. Even now as we sit here, it's 24/7. How I deal with the pain? I have gym classes. I use the pain to fuel my energy, to fuel what I'm doing next, to come on shows like this with great people like yourself, to just give the message over that. Use it for fuel. Change it, man. Change the narrative. Yeah, we can all sit down there. Oh, my knee hurts. Oh, this happened to me. But I just need you to know there's trauma and there's ownership. Yeah, there's fault and there's ownership. It's not my fault this happened to me, but I'm gonna take ownership of my injury because who else is gonna come and do it? You could sit and say to me, D, I'm gonna give you £1 million to get back walking. It's not gonna do nothing for me. The £1 million is gonna buy me. I'll buy a car, have a house, live, be in the sun, spunk some of the money on food, probably get a little fatter, and then do whatever. But it's not gonna change my reality. What's gonna change my reality is my fault. And I think a lot of people go through, like, so I'll be real with you. I say this now. I haven't told my son that I've been shot. Reason why I haven't told my son I've been shot, because I do a lot of mentoring for young people with knife and gun crime. I do a lot of work with celebrities with when they get dropped from places like the JD Sports adverts, this, that, the other. Is you've got to understand that this trauma's mine. A lot of people, when I notice that I'm doing talks, they go through life and it's like, my mum went through this, my dad went through this, and they got this string of catalogues of shit that's got nothing. Sorry, it's not shit, but it's nothing to do with you, young man or young lady. Live your dream. Their dream messed up because of whatever they thought. Like, it's unfortunate. I hear it. It's a story. I get it. But you're not going to proceed with that mindset. You're going to end up in the same circles that are going to go around your family. You're going to bring it onto your children. And I always think that, like, it's no one's fault that maybe they take the drugs. As an example, I don't want to say it and come across wrong, but you've got two people that are maybe taking heavy drugs like heroin or whatever, and then two people get together and think they're going to become one. You're never going to become one. You're two individuals. Yeah. So the best thing you can do is, just because you take one thing and they take another substance, you're never going to make one perfect person. What you need to do is break away from each other, build yourself. And that's what happens with me. So with my trauma, I told my son I'll come off a bike. The reason why I've done this, I don't want into, there's two ways it's going to go. My dad's a gangster, or I'm going to find the people that done that to my dad. I don't need that. What I need you to do is live your life.
What do you do when he eventually finds out? Because he will.
Yeah, I'll sit down and talk to him.
Because if he's a smart kid, he follows Jibber With Jaber podcast.
It's the only podcast.
And he's going to watch an episode. Yeah. So what do you do in that situation?
So in that situation, I've very got the people
Have you
around
played it
us.
out in your head? Like,
Because I think I just get, he's 13, he's in year 9 now. He's becoming, like, I'm proud of him today. He's won the 100-meter gold medal at Olympic Park.
Nice.
Listen, that is gassed me. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be real, I dragged him to the gym. As kids, they put on a little puppy weight. But instead of saying, you're this, you're this, you're that, I literally just took him to the gym. When he started working in the gym and he's telling me, look, Dad, I'm going to get a 6-pack before you. I think, yeah, you are. You're going to. Yeah, because I've got about 6 rolls. Yeah. But I'm going to take that off anyway. He's done so well. When I got that message today, I know that you need to let them grow into their character. I think children are here to teach us a load of things. And seeing my nephew, that when he stays at my house, my mum and dad are like, oh, whereas it used to be like, Darren, shut up. I'm like, no problem. Like, it's so different now. Like, my dad was so strict, and my nephew takes my dad's hat and runs off. And then and my dad's like,
how come I didn't get
I know, like, if I tell him,
I think it's important, bro. It's important to kind of get them young, because I used to work in a pupil referral unit in the UK. So, these kids climbing out of their windows, selling drugs. Their parents are all either drug dealers or drug addicts or whatever. And it's like, the one thing I noticed, so in that place, every door had a fob key. You couldn't get through anywhere. So we had this place called the Pod, which was like a round place where if they were going way out, you're supposed to restrain them.
So
what I started to notice is a lot of these kids wanted me to restrain them just so they could feel a man embrace them. So, you had to kind of break it down. Like, if you want a hug, that's fine. Just ask for it. You don't have to act out to kind of get one. One thing I want to talk about, let me rephrase the question. When did you have that eureka moment? As in, I'm changing everything. Like that first day. And how important was that first gym session as well?
Three times. So when I realized that the thought and ownership is my deal, it's my bag to deal with. And I didn't tell my story for years. So I didn't tell my story because I was so embarrassed. So when I come out for one day on a day out in my wheelchair, which fucking killed me, one lady asked me, why are you in a wheelchair? And I told her I've been shot. She said, you deserve it. Probably. That crushed me. I remember going back to my hospital bed and just being like, this is ridiculous. Like, I deserve it. You know, and she didn't listen to Random lady asked me why I'm in a wheelchair in Stoke Mandeville car park. Said, yeah, you probably deserve it, and walked off. I thought, I can't tell my story. So then it shut me down. Yeah. And if you're ever a man and you think you can't get shut down, listen, look how big I am. I got shut down. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's these things that shaped where I am today. And then the second was I met this guy. So in Stoke Mandeville, you go back for rehab. So every time I've gone back, I've progressed. Yeah. I left on a wheelchair. I left with a Zimmer frame, all bariatric. Chair was big. No exaggeration. The wheelchair was this big. Wow. It had to fit in a hotel. I was 32.5 stone. I can show you pictures. Do you know what I mean? And what shaped my form, like what my change was then was like Easy Gym. So I remember going to Easy Gym, and I
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. So I remember getting in there and getting like a routine. I remember being 32.5 stone, 187 kilos. I was thinking, okay, let me rewind. So I got back my bladder, bowels, sexual function, come back within 6 months. The mental block's gone. I'd give you a funny story. I'm in physio with my physio in Stoke Mandeville. And I'm like, you got to do fuck's sake. It's got a little courser outside. You have to do it. Yeah. And you get a banana board off your wheelchair. Because this is how you're going to drive a car. And I was like, pardon? It's like, this is how you drive a car. So you're going to banana board, you're going to squat your bum, pick the banana board underneath the leg, and you're going to slide over and you get into a car and drive off. I said, what, like fucking Miss Daisy? I'm going to be happy. Yeah. Pick my wheelchair, in the back of the car? And I couldn't, it's never in my vision. It was never in my vision. So I was like, the wheelchair's bigger than a car. Yeah. It's a Corsa. My wheelchair is like a Vauxhall Corsa too. Yeah. Like, how am I going to put that in there? So I said, I'm not doing it. And then I started losing my temper. So I stood up and I sat in the car seat. And the whole physio went quiet. And everyone was like, what did he just do?
Did he just stand up?
On 2 feet and just get in the car? And everyone was like, she's like, do it again. I said, do what again? She's like, do what you just did. I said, well, I didn't do nothing. She goes, Darren, you're not in a wheelchair now. You're in the car and you haven't slid. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah. So the mental blocks I'm having is because so much people, and let me tell you something now, don't go to Google for info. Never in a bad situation. Google will tell you.
I got cancer how many times from Google, bro? When I had a headache, bro, and I went to WebMD, bro.
Sake.
Bro, I'm not even joking, bro. Every time I search him, like I hurt my finger the other day. I was like, I think I got a splinter. WebMD's like, yeah, you got cancer. I was like, whoa, hold on a minute, bro. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. It's all some weird stuff that's happening to you. It's got nothing to do with anything.
Nothing. It's just, and Google is literally everyone is what people write. On it,
just
like a
review, there like it's nothing,
and that's it. Never go to it. If anything, you want to know something, your doctor, your private healthcare, or NHS app, because it can be related. It might save you, but what people write is not the truth. So for me, getting back my bladders, bowels, and my function, and then my legs slowly coming back. I remember they used to just move like about that much, and I just kept. I remember the doctors and nurses said that night, just keep thinking, send the message down. And I used to think I was mad. They must think I'm mad sending message down to legs that don't work. And then it started working, and I left from the hospital, and I come back on my crutches, and then that was it. When I could get on, even though I can't feel my feet when I'm walking on my left side, I thought, this is it, mate. I'm going for it. So what if I lose a bit of weight? I started losing weight, started putting in the work, started going harder in the gym, and then I realized, not am I only losing weight, mentally, this is happening. And then, so the second situation for me was when Gavin, so you go back to Stoke Mandeville, I met some guy called Ed, and he's had the spinal cord injury coming from a motorbike, but he's walking, but he's got a limp and that. He rolled in with his wheelchair, and he's like, you all right, mate? I thought, oh, fuck, here we go. We've got some guy that thinks he owns the place. And then everyone's like, hi, Darren, welcome back, your bed's dead. And he's looking at me thinking, how does everyone know him? I'm a character in it. I am me. And I'm back for 2 weeks. So Ed's had a homecoming barbecue on the way home 2 weeks later. And he's like, just come, I want you to come. I never go. I took my missus, we went. And when we're going now to the place, the barbecue, very nice place. His family's lovely, everything. Gavin's there, this guy called Gavin from Reach Every Generation. This is where a major point in my life it turned. So he come up to me, he's like, yeah, my name's Gavin. I said, like, you know, you can relate. So you can tell someone.
The vibration straight away.
So he's touched he slapped my hand to say, yeah. Like, what happened? I said, come off a motorbike. He went, yeah. And I thought, he sussed me out. Because only Ed knew, and obviously my missus. So then he's like, 2 weeks later, messaged me saying, can you come in and talk to a school that I'm with? So I didn't know what it was about. I'd set out Reach Every Generation, changing kids and the narrative around. So he's he's not. He was in a gang, come out of a gang, turned his life around at a young age, and he's now, he gets funded by the National Lottery. He's always on the news, and I done a talk for him. And then from there, he's like, do you want to do some mentoring? That was it. So I started doing that. I remember going to a secure prison. You're going to laugh at this. I'm on crutches. I've just come out the gym. I always go gym mentally, 6 o'clock in the morning. I need it. More than physical form, mental, it helps me. So I've done a talk all the way in Norwich. Gone far for the talk, walked into secure prison. There's a little boy called Daniel. So Gavin's walked in. Gavin's a young mixed race guy, gold tooth, but not your average gold. The gold tooth is probably further into his. So it's not a designer one. It's for his actual tooth. So walked in, and the guy's like, "Yo, remember he's 13 years old. He's a skinny little boy. Like, yo, you two undercover feds?" And I was like,
straight away.
So I was like, "Bro, calm down. Do I look like an undercover fed?" He goes, "Yeah."
This is a whole costume, bro.
Like,
I'm doing, bro. I got crutches.
Yeah, the walking things, the whole Adidas tracksuit is a whole costume. I was like, then we got into it a little, and I said, look, just do yourself a favor, sit down and just listen. So that was Gavin letting me do the training. Like, I didn't realize Gavin was putting me on the training, and I just said to him, what happened? And he goes, I lost my granddad. And I said, so why are you here for? He goes, because they always give me labels, and they never ask me. No one's ever asked me how I feel. You're the first person. He burst into tears. He hugged me. Do you know how important a hug is? I remember at 8:20, I hugged my mum. By 8:30, I was nearly dead on the floor. My dad, I've never hugged before this. I hug my dad every Sunday. My mum, my son, my partner's family, we hug. A hug is so important. And I always tell them, message me when you get home. Because the reason why, maybe it's not for them, they will never get it. But for me, it's because I need to know you're safe.
I almost didn't get home that time.
Yeah, there you go. And I know what it's like. And that feeling never leaves you. And the only feeling that it is that it completes me when I get the message saying I'm home. Because I feel, okay, you're good now. And then the third turning point was, I have to big up Brixton Street Gym. It's Terrell Lewis's gym. He's a person that done block workouts in Brixton. So taking the young guys that was standing on the block, selling drugs, doing nothing, and doing like hardcore block workouts, using activities that was in the park. He's the reason why Brixton's got a lot of equipment in the parks. They gave him a gym. I walked in there to give him a doll from my goddaughter's mum called Bianca and Friends. So I tried to give him the doll. He's not there. So I walked in there. There's a guy called Bro Ben. Remember I sent the story today. That's the story that went viral. On the the Made You Think page. Everyone reposted 160,000 likes and 160,000 views in 4 hours, and that's what made Awol. So imagine this is all happening for me. So come out of my story, I thought, you know what, if I can change one life through the mentoring, I'm changing it. Like, that's all I come to do. Listen, I've changed hundreds of lives. I remember being in JD Sports with my partner, and the girl was like, she's looking at me, she's like, I know you from somewhere. And then I was like, where? She's like, you come to my school and told your story. You're the reason why I got this job. And I dumped my boyfriend. And then she was only probably about 14, 15. And she's like, I listened to what you said, that you don't need to, because you come back crying to me at one of the end of the assemblies and whatever. And I think for me, my mission is now from God is just to continue to change lives. And that's where I'm at with everything. I think bring you joy and light. If I can make as much people happy as I can, for even 5 seconds of your life, you're always going to be that. You're always going to remember the happiness that someone brought you. You always remember if someone slapped you on your face, that lasts longer, you're going to remember that. But when someone naturally goes out their way to make you happy and secure, you're always going to remember that.
For sure. You always remember somebody that changed your life as well, and the direction of your life you were going. Why Awol? Absent without leave?
No, so a way of life. So my name's Darren Awol. And cause of, you know, when you got a name that people can't, and it's like, I'm not ready to.
I'm not going to explain it all.
Like,
so
I just do AWOL. So AWOL come to me, and then motivation, and I put the two together, and I become AWOL. Do you know what I mean? And it's just about bringing joy to people's life. Everyone gets these names as you grow up, and I've had all the labels, the names, and that guy, this guy, and I think AWOL just suited me, and I thought, do you know what? I just want to change as much young people, adults, or even people. So there's so many people. I have a gym class that I train people in, that seated circuits. You've seen the class, done a thing with Tam Can in his gym. And now I'm here with you. Do you know what I mean? This journey's been magnificent. Even in the thing, I'll be real with you. If there's hidden cameras in that shuttle, you're going to laugh, because I'm like, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Actually in the shuttle, this is crazy.
Bro,
like,
do you know what's funny? DK has been telling me to put GoPros
you
in
need
there
to do it.
and I was like,
because it will
see,
build
DK? You
it.
see, bro?
Yeah, DK,
you were right. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
No, do it, man.
You know what it is?
Do it.
This is another thing I need to learn, bro.
Yeah.
I need to learn just shut up when he tells me stuff, because every time he tries to give me
please
good advice, and I'm always just like, nah, bro, you see, maybe we should do it my way. And I know he's thinking, bro, your way is not the right way, bro. Yeah. But he always just lets me make my mistakes.
Yeah.
And this is another mistake.
No, but do it, man. Because
but do you know what I was thinking? I was just thinking, imagine like, but imagine I got someone, he's coming there, he's cheating on his wife, he makes a call or puts it on speakerphone or something like that. And then you catch it on speakerphone and some madness. And then I'm just like, oh, well, I ruined that. I ruined
like Jeremy Cole show.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe we'll edit them out and all that stuff. But it's a good idea. Yes, DK, it's a good idea.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah, man. But no, honestly, like, what you're doing, you got to keep doing, bro. Again, you're a beacon of light. You know what it is, and not a lot of people could have the mental fortitude to stick with what you're doing and to keep growing as well. And a lot of people could learn a lot from you, bro, man.
Yeah, I just think that if you're going through something, I think a lot of humans, you get the problem, here's the problem, and you're running around it. You're trying to go left, trying to go right, trying to go, face it, man. Find a solution. It's cliche to say, but find a solution. And remember this, movement is medicine. If you're moving, you're medicating. And that goes for everything. Just get up. Like, even when the motivation runs, self-love, the self-discipline, that is self-love. The self-discipline, I discipline, eat the right foods. I make sure that I'm around the right circle. I got the right partner, and like, nothing's ever, there is no perfect form. Stop running around looking for perfect. It's never going to be there. For me, the foundation is pretty
close to perfect. She loves Marvel, bro.
Yeah, listen.
Pretty close to perfect. You get, bro.
She's ready for the AWOL Marvel. Right, AJ, make it happen, man.
Dude, I did it. We're going to start our own one.
Yeah, we do it.
Have you ever thought of doing a documentary about your story?
100%. But obviously, it's just the timing and I'm very funny who I do it with. Like your podcast, I'm not gonna lie, I looked through it. It's magnificent. I went through the stories, I went through the people's thing, and just your energy alone, I realized, even on the voice note, like I said, I connected to it. Some people, I've got big podcasts, they've reached out and just like, I can see it's going to benefit you. And it benefits everyone. But at the same time, I didn't want to do just everyone's. You can't be that guy. I've seen people do everyone's podcast. And it's just like,
just to try and be on as many as, but
and I'm not like that. Do you know what I mean? My message, I'm not a celebrity. I just want to become as a positive beacon, like you said, a light to influence people. Like I said, set your foundation. For me, it's God first all the time. I'm a man of God. My family, like, and you got the right foundations. Like, if it's not working, walk away. You're only going to harm yourself. Like, with anything, that's your brothership, your friendship, your job. Like, I see a lot of people running around, and I saw a saying the other day, and it says that some people die at 25, some people die at 25 but live till 75. That hit hard, because you don't want to be that man or woman that hits that grave. See, when I hit that grave, I want to hit that grave and say, you know what, here's the crutches, here's the plastic things, I'm ready, man. Just enjoy. This is not a gift. Life is a gift. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is now. I don't know if we're gonna come back or not, but this is now.
People don't take advantage of that, and they really kind of overcomplicate things. And I kind of said something to my friend. He was going through some beef. Him and his brother were kind of not talking for a couple of years and stuff. And I was just like, look, one or two things is gonna happen. Either he's gonna bury you or you're gonna bury him. And it's as simple as that. How are you gonna feel standing over his grave,
knowing that you're not
knowing that you guys weren't talking because one of you lot did something? Like, do you know what I mean? And any situation, anyone that you're having these issues with, or anyone that you're fighting with, and eventually you're going to get a text message that they died, or they're going to get a text message that you died.
Yeah.
Both ways ain't cool.
Yeah,
is it really worth what you're going through right now and not talking to people and not building those relationships over that stuff?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It very rarely is.
And that's what
very rarely is.
Like, I never. It's like with the me and the hugging and saying get home safe. Like I would never have done it if I use my situation for fuel. Like I really do, for even people around me. There's nothing you can't do. There ain't, like, there's so much access that if you young kids are watching this and you're hearing this, or you even adults, you've got a good idea. It's one-handed handstands. You've got a young Asian guy opening toys, getting 7.9 million pounds for views on YouTube. I watch
your shows with my kids all the time, bro.
Yeah, thank you. You know that, and like you can do anything. And you're younger than me, myself. So there's so much options for you young guys or women to become like the successful and stop comparing yourself to people. Man.
I mean, that's what Gary Vee pushes as well. He's like, you think 40 is old, like you still got another 30 years to figure it out. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and people want to figure it out when they're 20.
I'm 20, like, I'm 38 now. I'm only figuring it out. The last 3 years have been my major figure out. Like, and I've dropped so many things. And I just want to say to anyone that's listening to this that thinks if you're in this so-called, I've got to say it, man. The only gang I've got is Arsenal and they're shit. But I like Arsenal, Like, it hurts my soul every day. They're bottom of the league, they're getting relegated. But a gang to me, like, you're just a clown, man. Like, you're in this gang because you're scared of one person. So all 4 or 5 of you are scared of one person. Let me tell you, it's going to work out. Your so-called friends that tell you they're going to be there for you, they disappear. Yeah. When they disappear, you're questioning yourself. I spent years, times, events. It's all fake. Yeah. Find out who's for you and stick with them. Yeah, when you realize that your wife and your kids is your gang, bro, that's when life is beautiful. That's gang. My family's my gang. My passion's my gang. Yeah, I do the same thing. Like so many people, like I got people that I know that I call acquaintances because I've only got 3 friends. Because you. Thank you. That's it. You know. And out of those 3, 2 of them I trust. And one of them I like. Do you know what I mean? And this is where people go wrong because you're doing business, whether it's legit, unlegit. They're not your friends. They're not friends. They're there for the same reason. They need to just the money. Stop kind of like always kind of don't socialize too much. Like for me, there's nothing I enjoy more than chilling with my wife and kids. Thank you. Nothing I enjoy more. I'm here. You want to go out? Nah, I'm all right, bro. I'm not gonna go and fucking spend 20,000 dirhams on a 2 peas on a plate and shit and just do this whole fake stuff. Sushi wrap. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just chill at home and watch. That's it, man. Watch something with my wife. I love that you say that because I'll be real with you. She's up here. I'm not just saying it because she's here. I love this girl from the bottom of my heart. She's done so much, and she's one of my reasons I'm on the path that I'm on, because I used to speak very bad of myself. I always used to say sorry to people. It's like, why do you keep saying sorry? You're not in their way. They're in your way, and you've got to stop that. And I think getting to where I am now, I've opened a restaurant. Even the food that you eat. So that's in London. Yeah, in London. Cara Vegan in South Nord, and we're going to be bringing it to Dubai by January. The food that you eat, man. Listen, I'm not going to pick no one off anything, but just have a deep thought of what's in your food. If there's an emotions that's running around from something that's being killed, that runs in your body. Yeah. And not only that, I want to quickly just go over one thing. You should get it on t-shirts, bro. Yeah. I got I just clocked it. No, that's why I said it. Yeah, baby. I want Balenciaga. I got you. I just want to touch on one thing that happened for me. And I know if you're seeking help and you believe in a psychiatrist, it didn't help me because I got shot in 2011, saw 3 different psychiatrists, alopecia, they gave me PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicide. All right, cool, but tell me how I'm going to get over it. They couldn't. You know why they couldn't? They need my money. They need that 350 for every hour. They make it longer, bro. Because and not just that. This is a conversation I had with my wife. So my wife for a long time was into these, spiritual healers and stuff like that. And I was like, all you need is you. Like, I know it sounds weird, but no, you can fix anything that's wrong with you. You only. Yeah, only you. You only. No one else is dealing with any of the things that you're dealing with. They're not in your brain. It's your conscious, bro. Your connection to God, and that's it. Yeah. And you can literally fix anything. Anything. And she kind of gets angry at me sometimes because nothing really phases me. Yeah. But and she's just like, why isn't this? And I'm just like, it's out of my. I can't do nothing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, she's like, it should bother you, and I'm like, doesn't though, because that's happy. A great way. How you look at it, we're very similar. Like, if something happens, like I think my car got rolled off, Range Rover, I got out of it. They gave me a courtesy car. It's better.
That's it.
I thought the Range is shit anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just a piece of metal.
Yeah.
Don't attach yourself. Attach yourself. Your whys. For me, like I said, it's my God, my family, my son. Seeing him smile, seeing him be the person that he's grown into. Yeah, all children get on your nerves sometimes.
Yeah, but still, it's the best
Challenging.
kind of fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
The best kind of dickheads.
Yeah,
They're the only kind of dickheads that I can deal with.
Yeah,
in
that's
life.
it. That's it. And I think with just be around good people. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's easy to say, and a lot of people they go around and they live the same circle. Just cut the circle, man.
And just be. I don't think people are into awareness as much as they should be.
No,
they're not aware of their surroundings and stuff, and aware of their demise at the end of the day, and all that stuff. Like, I'd show you if my phone was here, but I've got a picture of my phone, and some people find this a bit creepy and stuff, and they're like, "You're a bit weird, bro."
It's not a naked picture of you.
No. That's my screensaver, obviously.
My guy.
No, but I've got like a picture of a grave, an empty grave, dug
in
the ground.
I know where you're gonna go.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's just a grave.
Yeah.
And every now and then, when I'm feeling too cocky, or when I'm feeling like things aren't going right, or when I'm feeling like I just look at that and I go,
that could be in. That's the result. You could be there.
Could be there, and I'm going there. So don't worry about shit.
Yeah.
These little material fake matrix stuff that
You don't
happens
take it
in
with
life.
you.
You don't take it with you, bro. I'm going there. That's it.
There's something Denzel Washington said, and it was like, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Yeah, exactly.
That sticks with me. So for the people that don't understand what a U-Haul is, you'll never see a removal van with all your money, with all your goods, go into the grave with you.
You might see it, but your ex-wife will be driving it the wrong way, bro.
I'll go to my other guy's house.
That's it.
But like I said, I think, like I said, you just got to understand that you're here. Your gift is here. Like the fact that we're human. You could have been a camera. You could have been a flake plant. You could have been ET sitting there. You're human. You're here every day breathing new life. You wake up every day with new life. That's a blessing in disguise.
And I mean, I've said this on another episode, but I'll say it again. You've probably heard it because I know that it's something that you relate to. And it's very easy to show someone how much their life is worth to them. Yeah. By literally going, if I was to give you $6 million or £6 million right now, you take it.
Yeah. It's not changing.
You take it. But if I was to give you that same £6, and I say, wait, the catch is you're not going to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Would you take it?
Of course not.
100% of people would say no. So already, you know that every time you wake up in the morning, that's worth more than £6 million.
1 million %.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, don't worry about that shit. Everything will come in its time, and that's it, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. Like what you said, every comes. I'll give you a bit of joke. So this morning, I'm trying to be quiet. I said to my missus, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to wake you up in the morning. I'm going to be quiet. I bought this book here, shit, to write some notes in for today.
Kids would love that.
I know, millions. Look at that. It's serious. So this morning, done everything, man. I even put these plastic things on my feet, put a tracksuit on ready for the gym, done the prayer, drank a whole 1.5 litre water, leaned on the bed, he went. I was like, are you mad? I couldn't believe. I just laughed. I just sat there and laughed. I thought, out of everything, and it still went off. And I'm thinking, trust me to pick a book where it says press
here, right, for the sound.
So if everyone listen, get the book, man.
But then again, look, I mean, I'm sure like once she realized, did she wake up?
No, I don't. She may not have. I'll find out when we speak.
Exactly.
But
I mean, that's not a bad way to kind of be woken up by accident, right?
It's hilarious. You got to remember, on the bed, I'm trying to sit there, not
giggling.
giggling. Even I've gone to brush my teeth, I'm like, how out of
all the things,
like getting up, pulling my leg on the floor.
Yeah, something's meant to happen. There's no way you're stopping it.
It was hilarious, man. It was hilarious.
What's your final message to the people out there? And I want you to look into that camera when you're saying it before we sign out.
So my final message is, number one, I need to say thank you, again, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I've been humbled and like Woody said in Toy Story, you got a friend in me.
Hey,
but you know when you know you're gonna vibe with someone.
Yeah, 100%.
And we need to talk when you get back as well, because we need to put your story to the screen.
Yeah,
I'm what better place to do it than here? You know,
no, this is the best place. Even the energy that everyone around us, like, I appreciate it. I think the message for me is like, stop finding everyone's gonna be confronted with problems. Just find a solution. Stop going around it. And like I said before, the movement is medicine. And what I mean by that is, if you're moving, you're still alive. You're still medicating. You're still on your feet. You can still go and do what you got to do. And just don't give up. Stop giving up so easy, man. Because I see a lot of people. We have the tools in the kitchen, and you just got everything there. God's gave you everything. You've worked hard for it. Just put them together, man. Just put them together. Life is short. It's a gift. Live it. Each and every one of every person on this planet has a gift. Use your gift. Use your passion and just go with it. Your passion is doing handstands, writing, art, horse riding. Do it because it's enjoyment. Like I said, I've been here today. I walked around the studio. You showed me. It brought me enjoyment. I thought actually Iron Man was going to run out and hit me. That's how enjoyed I was. Do you know what I mean? And I think just keep being you and just be you at the end of the day. Do what you do and what makes you happy.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, and an absolute pleasure to add you to the roster of people that I hold dear. And yeah, man, we've got a lot of things to do in the future.
Yeah,
and,
I'm ready.
And I know people are going to love this episode as well. And again, not many guests that I get do I kind of sit back and just let them talk.
Yeah.
Usually I'm just like, get in there. But your message had to be said, and you say it very elegantly and very positively as well. Yeah. And again, I wish you all the best and many more things to do. And then we'll do an episode 2 when
I'm ready.
Carrie Vegan comes out here.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do it. Listen, I'm ready for it.
We'll shoot it in the restaurant.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, that would be sick. The start, the middle, and the finish. Yeah, I'm ready for it,
bro. I'm ready.
Oh, thank you,
guys. Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been AJ. He's been Darren, and we'll see you next time.